Okay, recording. Okay, DXY. Okay, finally we have direction on DXY. In the beginning of the week, I was hoping we'll break up, touch this level, and then come down. But that didn't happen. Okay. Who's got a mic on? It's making a bit of noise. You can turn it off. Yeah, thank you. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, so stay like is it you, Martin? Are you in the bush? Martin? Where's Martin? Martin, are you here? Martin, are you here? Okay, let's continue. So I was hoping DXY will go up and then come down like that, but now we currently have DXY coming down to the low. So we just have to watch price as it gets to this low, okay? Or if they're going to come to this level and break this thing here, we have to watch for correction and then more downside to complete this pattern that we've been sitting in here for quite some time. Okay. It is surprising that actually, I'm surprised dollar didn't actually get to this level, unless if this year is going to be a bigger structure that will end up doing that, and then we finally do that. But then we'll have to wait for more evidence as far as that is concerned. Okay. We have to wait for more evidence as far as that is concerned, because we still have got this that I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if other brokers have this, but if that's going to happen, we still have got this low holding here. If we have DXY coming back up like that, we still have to watch for that move. So we're not interested in actually buying DXY, okay? Not anytime soon. We're not interested in buying this. Okay. So that's as things stands for DXY. So currently we have got price action coming down to this low here. So which means that you will have pairs like Euro USD going up, which is our next pair now. You will remember that we spoke about Euro USD. I don't know why it's so slow to load. Okay, we spoke about Euro USD, Euro pairs. We have lost electricity. I got kicked out. Oh, okay. Remember we spoke about. Why is my network so slow today? Oh. These charts are very slow to load. Okay, we spoke about Euro USD pushing up. Okay, from the lows. So we're no longer interested in selling this pair. So we're coming nicely up here. Okay. So the likeliest thing that will happen is we might have Euro USD staying within this level here. Okay. And then eventually pushing up for that high, and then probably we might fall from that level. So similar structure as DXY, because we still have got this structure here. Okay. That needs to complete, and then we have that as a completion of this pattern here. So as things stands, we're looking for this euro to come up to this level here. No selling of this pair whatsoever, unless if we see something else. But this is the wave we're currently in. Okay, unless if we see an impulse move down and then probably a brief correction here, then we can sell for that. That will mean we are still currently sitting in this pattern, and then we might have one more, and then we come up like that, and we still fall from that level. Okay, so this is the current structure as we see the euro. So the euro is actually currently pushing up opposite to the dollar index. So similar structure. If you want to see how the dollar index is moving, then you have to look at the euro. If you want to see how the euro is moving, you look at dollar index. Simple stuff like that. Okay. And then what the other pairs that I think we need to focus our energy on is actually NZD pairs, because NZD is currently strong. So let's start with NZD JPY, and simply because of the indices that are actually pushing up. So if you look at even our very own index SA40, you can see what happened here. Okay. Okay, we're currently pushing up. We broke up this level here. So once you see our indices pushing up, like I've said yesterday, okay, when you see indices pushing up like this, it means that pairs like NZD, USD, OZ, and then NZD, USD, OZ, and probably pound will then continue to strengthen. But then you have got pairs like Euro USD, like Euro, which will, depending on the pair that you're looking at, will probably strengthen. But definitely, you have got a dollar that will be weaker. As the stock market pushes up, dollar becomes weaker. And then you also have got JPY becoming weaker. That's why you see all the JPY pairs are actually moving up. Okay, so this is the opportunity we see in the market. I think I got into this trade here, right here. I sent this thing to John in the morning, and I was hoping we'll be able to catch it before it actually breaks above. So I sent this thing to John in the morning. That's when I got into that trade. But we're still long on these pairs. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but this is where I got into this trade here when this thing was still here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. If you can't, it's still okay. But let me just get back to this. While it was still here. Okay. Yeah. And I realized that we're going to break up above, and simply because we have got this channel that we need to complete here. Let me just reset this thing. Okay. This aggressive move that happened yesterday was a good indication that we're going to even go up. Okay, so we currently set there the whole of Asian range, and then we currently have that. So we still have to complete this thing. So no shorting this thing, okay, until we get to this level here. And I'm thinking we're going to currently come here and then break above. If you look at it from a daily perspective, you'll see what I'm talking about. My network is so slow today. I don't know why it's so slow. Okay. Let me just remove this. This thing is just so slow. I don't know what's happening. And it's messing up my analysis here. Okay, so we coming from the bottom, we're going up, so we still have to recover all these losses that we've made here. So this pair here is going to be bullish until we get to this level here. Okay, so we're going to see how it will react when it gets to these highs here. Okay, so we still have got some few pips to go. Okay, so this candle here will close as an inside buy candle. Okay, we'll close as similar to this type of a candle. Let me just show you this candle here. Okay, so this does not mean the market is reversing. Okay, so it will just close as an inside buy candle unless if something like this happens. But then when this happens, then we'll be able to see. Okay, but for now, this will still remain as bullish until to this level, and I think they're going to correct here and then push up. Similar thing with NZD USD. We know the dollar index is going down. Okay, so this is one hell of a pair that I still think will go a little bit further, because look at where the high is. If we were to neglect that, okay, we still have got this enough space here to go up until to the top. So this year, if you're going to take this trade, you'll need a bit of patience, okay? And I know some of you are actually practicing that patience. I've seen Tonano holding on to the crude oil trade, okay? Even though sometimes it's frustrating when the market does not move, because this market can actually move back down and still continue to push up, okay? But overall, the direction of this market, you can see on a daily time frame, it's pushing up. So this is an opportunity that we can take as far as the NZD pairs are concerned. Okay. So opposite to that, you look at Aussie NZD, which is contrary to the rest of the Aussie pairs, because instead of it going up, it's actually doing the opposite. And we'll look at Euro NZD in a second. Okay. So this is Aussie NZD. You remember the other Aussie pairs are actually going high. Okay, the Aussie pairs are actually going high. If you look at Aussie JPY, okay, Aussie JPY is going high. Aussie NZD will have to be opposite. So when you do take such trades, okay, if you are bullish on Aussie Chief, which is actually continuing to go higher and higher because they're going to take out this top here. We've already formed uh, a corrective structure here in NBC continuation pattern. We're going to break above this level here, and we come coming back to these tops here. Okay, so this pair here also is bullish, but contrary to that, I wanted to indicate to you that Aussie NZD will slightly experience a bit of a challenge because the Aussie pairs are actually strong. Okay, so this is a pair that you don't want to trade. Okay, you can avoid that. But look at Aussie NZD. Aussie NZD also as well, because the euro pairs are actually going up. Okay, euro pairs are actually going up, and this is one euro chief. You remember Alex shared the euro chief when it broke out there. So this is one pair that is still going to continue to go as high as possible. So no shorting this pair anytime soon, because we broke out of that trend, that down momentum trend line. Okay, so we're currently long on this pair. Okay, so we are currently reacting to that level, and we're going to easily break this level. If there was enough orders, because remember, the selling has actually stopped here. The minute we had this move up here, because there was no news, there was nothing. The minute we had this news here, that was an indication of selling stopping. Okay. So this is one pair that we can buy and be patient with it. If you buy this pair, have a good lot size, that will not hurt your account, even when you hold this trade up until to this level. So because we're going to break that level, we're going to break that level. Once we break these levels, there's nothing stopping this pair from going up like that. Okay, we broke the momentum right here. Okay, so this is one pair that we're going to look at. So if you then look at on a lower time frame, let's see what we're going to have on 1 hour time frame. Okay, this thing will continue to go as high as possible. Okay, not shorting this pair whatsoever. You can see the direction of the market. Okay, so if you're going to be buying this pair, just need to buy it and be patient with it, because it's just going to continue higher and higher and higher. So if you we looked at Euro NZD. I said it's a pair that you don't want to buy. As soon as maybe we see the weakness in in the QE pairs, which is NZD, and then we can look to buy this pair. But for now, as this thing will remain sideways and continue probably to go down as NZD continues to get stronger. So one other pair that we spoke about is Euro USD. I'm not going to go back to it. This thing is going to be bullish as long as DXY is still going to continue with that direction going downwards. Okay. And then the pound pairs are actually looking good, guys. I said that, you remember we said that Aussie pairs are actually stronger. So you're looking at slightly a weaker pound AUD simply because of the Aussie pairs. So if you don't know how to trade this kind of correlations, just leave this pair alone, okay? Don't even touch this pair, okay? Until the Aussie pairs becomes weaker. But and also the CAD, it's slightly bit stronger, but not strong as stronger as Aussie and NZD. But you can look at this opportunity right here because this is going to continue to kind of want to break this momentum line, but we are looking at this low as our reference here. So if by any chance pound gets weaker, then you'll have the Aussie pair coming down to this low. But the pound is currently a bit stronger than your chief and your JPY. That's why you see them pushing as high as possible. So look at opportunities on chief, look at opportunities on pound, on JPY, look at opportunities on the dollar. So those are the pairs we're going to look opportunities. Chief and then JPY and then the dollar. So which brings us to this pair here, pound chief, okay? Breaking out of the down momentum line, okay, as well, okay. Just want to make sure I've got the right thing. Okay, we have not broken down the down momentum line because our down momentum line is currently sitting here. So we're going to challenge this level here. So we're currently sitting above this. We retested this supply here and we currently broke out of it. We're reacting to it now and we're going to challenge this. So the next move that we expect is for this market to currently sit here, okay, and then break above, challenge this supply here, which is not that stronger than this level, but we have to watch this level right here, okay. So this might be a slightly stronger level, but this thing is going to continue. If it's continue sideways, and then we see enough price action here, then we're going to take the breakout out of this level. As the chief continues to be weaker, remember the indices are actually getting stronger. If the indices are getting stronger, then you have got your chief, JPY, and the dollar getting weaker. And then you've got the Aussie pairs, NZD pairs that are getting even stronger. Okay. So that's that. And then you have pound JPY. This is another trade that I'm actually in. Okay. I got in somewhere here. Okay, so I'm gonna let this thing ride here, ride this trade all the way, because I'm looking at, even though it's just that I need to trade what I see, because I can see that the momentum is still down, but we had this corrective structure here, okay, which broke above. So this is our 1 hour breakout candle that I got in somewhere here when we were retesting this level here, going to 9:30. So we're going to retest this and then continue to go higher. So if we continue to go higher, then that would be great. Remember, we said that we're not looking to short pound anytime soon. So as we see price, we see big sharp moves coming from the bottom, that's when we're going to look for buying opportunities. Okay, we failed here and then we failed here and then here's another one. So we're not looking to short this thing anytime soon. Okay, so if there will be shorting opportunities, then we will see. But for now, it will remain bullish on this pair. If you look at it from the daily scale, okay, we look at it from the daily scale. We said that this is a whole corrective structure here. Maybe let me just delete all these things so you can be able to see. So this is the whole corrective structure. Okay, this is a whole corrective structure. We're correcting downwards, so we're not looking. If we're going to still be correcting downwards, it's still okay. We look for that. If that happens, we're not looking to short this thing. We're looking to buy from the bottom because we're looking for that move up. Okay. If this comes down, we're not interested in actually selling this, but we're looking to buy this from the bottom. So that is how we're going to trade this pair. Okay, we're not looking to sell this. If a selling opportunities comes here, if you know how to take that sell, do take it, but remember that we're looking to buy this thing as when it every time it gets down, we look to buy this because this year it's a corrective structure of this impulse move. Okay, so we're looking to buy this thing going further. Okay, no shorting for now until probably we get uh, a big move, a similar moves like this. Even though when it goes down, it doesn't give us that much room to actually look at things like those corrective structures. Okay, but we'll see as the day progresses how this thing looks like. But for now, let's stick to the upside. Okay, on a short term, we are looking at the break of this down momentum line. Okay. Okay. The break of this down momentum line. Okay. But then on a longer term, we're looking at this break of that momentum line. But on a daily scale, we're looking at the break of the bigger scale. So we can be able to still continue to move up until that level and then probably retest these highs here. Anything is possible from now on because we have got this up momentum that is currently happening. So that also applies to pound USD. Okay, pound USD also broke down this down momentum line, but overall we are looking at this here. Okay, so we're currently retesting this down momentum line, of which I think we might be able to break it. If we don't break it, then it means we'll come back and trade here. Okay, we'll come back and trade down here and then probably do that. But this is highly unlikely to happen. But anything is possible. So we'll just keep our eyes open to that kind of an opportunity if it poses. But for now, we're currently going up. Okay. So if it comes back to these lows here, we're not looking to sell this. Okay. When it gets to, we're looking to buy this for that move. Okay. Because the money is actually on the upside. It's not actually on the downside. And then let's look at I want to look at crude oil. Okay, and I hope some of you are still in this trade here. Okay, if we're going to be staying on the sideways here, it's just a matter of being patient with this trade here. Okay, we might be actually forming this kind of a correction this year. Okay, for more upside. So until we get something different, this remains on an upside. Okay, this remains on the upside. I think some of you might have missed it while it was still down here, which is okay. So we have to watch for the breakout out of this level here. Okay, if I go to smaller time frames, let's see what kind of price action we have here. Okay, it's just a matter of time that we actually come back to this high here. Okay, we might come back to this high and probably do that and eventually do that. So for now is, I will say where it is now, don't buy it because we actually have got that much space left for this thing to come back to this. If they come back to this low here, then you can look to buy it. Okay, they're not gonna break this low here. Okay, that would be an opportunity to buy it from there. Okay, so just have to be patient throughout the day and throughout the week and see how that pans out. If I look at all the indices are actually they have reacted to this level here. So which means that we'll have a slight correction on all these other pairs here. So you'll see Euro JPY will be correcting downwards. Pound JPY will be correcting downwards. Okay, this one is still holding. NZD JPY will slightly be correcting downwards. Okay, so this is just a brief correction, but we're going to push even further. Okay, so no shorting of all these pairs that we spoke about here. US30 as well will be correcting downwards. Nasdaq will be correcting. S&P 500 will be correcting downwards. Okay, Nasdaq will be correcting downwards. Okay, so all these things here, we're retesting this breakdown here. So we might actually come back to this level here. Okay, so watch these things continue to go higher. That's when you will see pairs like NZD, JPY pushing even further up. Okay, and then you will even see crude oil. It's actually correcting downwards until we get these indices coming pushing up again. So if that is a change of direction, then we'll be able to see by markets coming down. By all these indices coming down to this low here, coming all the way to this low, okay, and then correcting down here and then doing that, okay. So that's when all these other pairs that we spoke about will then would have changed direction. That will change even the outlook of all these markets here. But for now, we remain like that, okay. So this could be this kind of things that happened yesterday, okay. A breakout, a correction, and then a push up. Correction like that and a push up, okay. So with a bigger correction, these things when they start pushing up, they really push up, okay. So if you look at this pairs from a daily scale, okay, you can see we are actually going up, trying to reach this high here. And most people, they actually, because we're trading in this kind of a pattern, they're thinking we're not going to reach this high. And I still believe that this pairs here, all the indices are going to take out that high. They're just a matter of time. So did I see a message here? Yeah, we will definitely check gold now. Okay. So no shorting these pairs here whatsoever because we don't have any shorting opportunities. Okay, just a brief corrections on those. So it means that we have to exercise a bit of patience, take trades, set our stop losses, and just walk away from our pieces because if we're going to watch these things, then they're going to frustrate us. So this is actually gold. Okay. As much as I will want gold to actually come back to this low here, this thing here, it's not going to be easy for gold to actually, it will might definitely come back to these lows. But if I look at the break of this triangle here, okay, if I look at the break of this triangle here, okay, something tells me that gold might actually come back to this level and then push up like that. So gold is not actually bearish if you look at it. There's nothing that says gold is bearish on a daily scale. Okay, that is just a retracement from the top. Okay, if you go to smaller time frames, it looks like we have got shorting opportunities, but I will actually really be careful selling gold. It doesn't want to load. Hey guys, it's not good. Okay. I will really be careful of shorting gold uh, until probably we see something like this because the way we coming down here, we broke out of this. We might retest that, but wait for gold to do that, and probably it will give you something like this. Because currently, where it is trading now, you can't be shorting this thing and expecting gold to do that. This thing might actually correct, and then see how they react to this level here, and then it will probably come down like that. Okay, so just a bit of patience on the side of the traders because this year might be very dangerous on a 1 hour time scale if gold is going to push up like that. This might mean like 5 hours of of the market pushing up, and that's a lot of pips as far as gold is concerned. So just be careful a little bit. Okay. But that's what I'm thinking about gold. This is an impulse move down, which is fine. And then we had that. So maybe this is the end of this pattern here. If we come down like this, expect gold to do that and then probably fall from that level. So just be careful of where you're shorting gold, okay? Just be careful of where you're shorting it. I will say short it when it comes back from the top if you're going to be shorting it. Definitely not buying gold anytime soon, okay? But shorting opportunities has to be coming from the top, okay? If they're going to do uh, this kind of a pattern, which is our famous pattern, an expanding flat, okay, taking out this high here, trying to convince people that we're going up and then we shoot down like that, that's when you can actually take gold, okay? But for now, where it is currently trading, I will say stay away from it, okay? Stay away from it, even if they can come down to these lows here, okay? Come down like that. Watch that happen and then boom from the top, okay? So where it's currently trading, it might give you a bit of problems because the stop loss will be sitting here and it might actually come and take it and then go down like that. Wait for them to give you at least a flat there. Similar thing with silver. Yeah, normally silver will lead the way, okay, in most cases. So silver has got a better structure than gold because silver has done that, but they pulled up, done that, okay. So if they do something like this and fall from there, then that will be fine, okay. But silver has a better structure than what gold looks like. So this here looks like it's a corrective structure that will actually might lead to that. Okay, silver doing that and then coming down to that level. So, but I would say stay away from this thing, from silver and gold, guys. For now, they're not looking as good as we probably will want them to be because this correction here is just taking a bit of time. So dollar CAD will probably be correcting upwards slightly, but this is still going down. Okay, no buying this thing until probably we'll see something like this. Okay, if you see this kind of price action here, okay, that's when we look for buying opportunities. But we currently have this type of price action, so we might be currently sitting here and then doing that boom, coming down like that or coming down correctively. Okay, but this thing here is not going up. There's nothing that says we must buy this. This is just a correction, okay, of people who don't understand what they're doing. Okay, so this thing is still bearish. Okay, so yesterday I was showing you that we had this kind of a structure, okay, which is a triangle here, and then we came back up, and then as soon as we started drifting down like this, I realized that we didn't close above this high. Okay, so we should have actually went up and closed above this high. Then we'll then think of something. But we didn't close above this high, and that was the reason I said let's put pending orders here. But I thought maybe we're going to have something like that and then fall from there. Okay, but we didn't. So we actually had a breakdown of that level. So we're going to currently correct here and then still continue to go down like that. So expect that kind of a structure. Okay. So this is just a correction. So we probably might be sitting somewhere here and then do that. Okay. As long as this level here still holds, then we're still on the downside. So just be careful of shorting this thing where it is now. Okay. Even if it comes back down here, it will probably do that again and then follow from that level. Let's wait for an opportunity here. Opportunity was actually up here to short this thing. So currently here, we just have to be patient. That might actually take us maybe like 2 to 3 days, and then we'll probably have that thing sinking down below. So if you look at it, as long as oil keeps on pushing higher, then we might be expecting something like that. So on a longest, on a higher time frame, I just want to show you what we're looking at. Okay, we're looking at this thing coming down to these lows here. Okay, coming down to these lows. If they're gonna be pushing up, then we'll see. But then we're expecting a break of this. Probably market will sit here and then sink down like that. Okay, so to complete this structure here. Okay, so that's what we're currently looking at, and that will be a longer term kind of a trade. So shorting this thing will require a lot of patience. Is there any other market that you want us to look at? Because I think I'm done from my side.
Since you covered dollar CAD, now I'm okay.
Okay. Anyone? Okay, let's look at USD chips. Okay, USD chief, I don't expect this thing to continue to go higher. They're just trying to make themselves important. We're expecting that thing to happen. Okay, expecting that to come and sink below these lows here. So they just want to try and make themselves important. So we just have to also pay attention to this. Okay, I'm expecting them to come down to these lows here. I don't expect them to shoot up like that. But if that happens, it means maybe this pattern was not complete, but we're expecting them to come back to these lows here and then probably push up like that. But we'll see if they're going to break up this high here. But I don't think so, unless if the dollar index is going to change direction. Okay. But simply because your chief is weaker, that's why you see it holding like that. Even this one, simply because JPY is weaker, you'll see USD JPY trying to push even higher. Okay. We have got less than a minute. I just want to cover this market. Okay. But all in all, this market here was supposed to do this, to give us this. Okay. That, this, and then sink like that. So, but because Chief and JPY are currently slightly weaker, then that's why you've got those pairs trying to push up. I think that's it from my side. Okay, so we had big moves yesterday, so which means the market will have to consolidate and we have to be patient with the consolidations. But the direction is actually as clear as that. So whatever, if we are not clear about anything, don't try to take those trades. Okay, just stay out of them. I think that's it, and we've got less than a minute. Okay, any other consultations, we'll continue to take them. If you see something interesting, please consult, and then, yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, that's it. Let's continue to talk.
Okay, guys.
Sure.
Sure.